Have you ever enjoyed the masterpieces of Italian cuisine, like a rustic antipasto platter, a bubbling deep dish pizza, or a rich savory stromboli? If the answer is yes, you've surely noticed their legendary sausages, specifically salami and pepperoni. They are magnificent ingredients for fast food, appetizers, and Italian classics alike, standing out with their bold, spicy flavors and that glistening, irresistible appearance. But beneath that crimson surface lies a world of difference. Most people mistake them for twins, but in reality they are distant cousins separated by centuries of tradition and a massive ocean.
I am Edward, and this is QC Project Simple Things.
To begin, we will dive into the differences right within the core essence of these two sausages. Salami is an ancient Italian legacy. It is a broad category of cured meats traditionally made from high-quality pork or beef combined with garlic, salt, and white pepper. Its soul is defined by fermentation. Through a slow, natural aging process, beneficial microbes transform the meat, creating a complex, tangy depth of flavor and a firm, marbled texture that can last for months without refrigeration. Pepperoni, on the other hand, is an American evolution. While inspired by southern Italian spicy salamis, it is a strictly modern creation. It is characterized by a finer grain of meat and a vibrant red hue, thanks to a heavy dose of paprika and chili powder. Unlike the earthy salami, pepperoni is often lightly smoked and has a softer, more elastic texture, specifically engineered to cup and release flavorful oils when exposed to the high heat of an oven. This fundamental difference reflects the contrasting cores of two culinary worlds. Salami represents the old-world philosophy of patience. It is the art of the slow burn, where time is the primary ingredient. For an Italian artisan, the goal is to let the meat age gracefully, allowing nature and biology to develop a deep, funky complexity. Salami is food as a legacy, built to endure and meant to be savored slowly, slice by thin slice, in its raw, purest form. You will find its soul in a classic antipasto platter alongside aged cheeses or tucked into a crusty panini where its complex fermentation speaks for itself without the need for heat. Pepperoni, conversely, is the embodiment of the New World's energy. It was created to satisfy the craving for instant flavor. American cuisine took the concept of spicy sausage and re-engineered it to fit a modern high-speed lifestyle. It's not meant to be eaten alone, but to thrive within the 500 degrees Fahrenheit heat of an oven exploding with smoky paprika and vibrant oils. Pepperoni is food as an experience, bold, punchy, and designed to deliver an immediate impact. It is the undisputed king of the New York-style pizza, the heart of a toasted sub-sandwich, and the star of a crispy stromboli, where every bite is a celebration of heat and smoke. And of course, this fundamental difference in nature stems from the very differences in the culture and history of both Italy and the United States. Let's talk about the Italian side and salami first. The story of salami begins in the ancient world. Long before modern refrigeration, Roman and Greek civilizations discovered that salt and air were the keys to preservation. Historical records from thousands of years ago describe early techniques where pork was salted, stuffed into casings, and air-dried, a primitive method born out of the pure necessity for survival. Between the 12th and 17th centuries, salami evolved from a survival food into a culinary art. Production flourished across Italy, particularly in the port city of Genoa. This era marked the birth of commercialized salami, turning it into a beloved staple for people across Europe. In 1869, in Hungary, a figure named Mark Pick elevated salami to a global scale by developing mass production with signature smoking and fermentation techniques. Finally, in the 20th century, the Great Migration carried salami across the Atlantic to North America, where it branched into hundreds of varieties, including the spicy, Americanized cousin we know today as pepperoni. Now, onto the story of pepperoni. Since it originates from salami, it can be said that pepperoni is essentially an evolved version of salami. The first traces of this dish appeared as early as 1894, when the US government's Yearbook of Agriculture referred to this popular topping simply as a dry sausage. However, it wasn't until after World War I that the term pepperoni became widely used. Even then, its presence was strictly limited to Italian-American markets within the vibrant Little Italy neighborhoods scattered across US cities. The real turning point came around 1919 in Lower Manhattan, New York. Italian immigrants refined the traditional recipe to create something uniquely American. Unlike traditional Italian salami, pepperoni was adjusted to be less pungent, with a finer, softer grain, often using artificial casings to facilitate large-scale production. It was a sausage re-engineered for the masses. From the 1950s to the present day, pepperoni transformed into a pizza icon. During the post-war pizza boom, it became the undisputed top choice for toppings. Its fame comes from a unique culinary reaction. When baked, it curls into small cups and releases vibrant chili oils, creating an irresistible aroma and a visual signature that defines the modern pizza experience. But how exactly are these two cousins crafted, and what defines their distinct molecular profiles? Salami is a masterpiece of biological patience. It begins with premium pork, coarsely ground to preserve the marble of the fat. The secret lies in the starter cultures, a cocktail of beneficial bacteria that trigger a slow fermentation. This process drops the pH levels, creating that signature tangy edge while preventing spoilage. Pepperoni, by contrast, is a triumph of flavor engineering. It uses a finer emulsion of pork and beef, designed for a consistent melt-in-your-mouth texture. Instead of slow aging, it relies on a heavy infusion of smoked paprika and cayenne and is often flash-smoked to lock in its vibrant color. And did you know? The white powdery dust you see on salami's skin isn't flour. It's a layer of Penicillium nalgiovense, a beneficial mold that protects the meat and adds an earthy, mushroom-like aroma during months of hanging in climate-controlled cellars. In contrast, pepperoni is specifically engineered with casing tension that causes it to curl into a cup when exposed to heat. This creates a miniature deep fryer right on your pizza, where the edges of the sausage crisp up in its own rendered oils. However, it's undeniable that these two sausages look quite similar on the surface. This often leads to the question, is pepperoni just a kind of salami? The answer is both yes and no. It's a culinary paradox that divides the internet, and to understand why, we have to look at both the DNA and the soul of these sausages. Technically, the answer is yes. From a food science perspective, salami is an umbrella term for any cured, fermented, and air-dried sausage in a casing. Since pepperoni follows this exact biological process, it sits firmly under the salami family tree. It is, by definition, a spicy, fine-grained American salami. But culturally, the answer is no. Salami is an Italian slow food icon, a product of centuries-old regional traditions like Genoa or Milano, meant to be savored cold with a glass of wine. Pepperoni, however, is an Italian-American invention with a completely different purpose. It was re-engineered for high-heat performance, to melt, to spice up, and to dance on a pizza. Think of it this way. Salami is classical music, refined, layered, and timeless. Pepperoni is rock and roll, loud, fast, and full of heat. So yes, pepperoni came from salami, but it became something the old world never imagined. This leads us to another piece of the puzzle. When and where do we encounter these two? Salami belongs to the world of patience and conversation. You'll see it as the star of a sophisticated charcuterie board at a high-end wine bar or a quiet Sunday brunch in Tuscany. It's the choice of those who appreciate the slow food movement. Even world-renowned chefs like Gordon Ramsay often celebrate salami in its purest form, sliced thin, served with a sharp gorgonzola and a crusty baguette. Pepperoni, however, is the king of the action. It's the soul of late-night study sessions, Super Bowl parties, and bustling New York sidewalks. It's designed for the heat, for the stretch of mozzarella, and for the grease that stains the pizza box. It's no surprise that icons like Lady Gaga or the legendary Frank Sinatra have been spotted enjoying a classic New York pepperoni slice. While salami is a legacy to be studied, pepperoni is a craving to be satisfied, bold, loud, and undeniably addictive. Not only in their origins and essence, but even the names of these two sausages tell a story of a long journey. Let's look at salami first, a name that feels like a linguistic anchor. It traces back 2,000 years to the Latin word salare, simply meaning to salt. Since the days of the Roman Empire, this word has stood still, as unyielding as the stone walls of an Italian cellar. It's a name that doesn't care for trends. It only cares about the ancient, steady craft of preservation. But then the story takes a curious turn with pepperoni. Think of it as a word that committed a delicious act of betrayal as it crossed the Atlantic. In the markets of Italy, if you were to ask for pepperoni with just one P, the merchant would hand you a basket of bell peppers, not meat. But as the recipe traveled to the bustling streets of New York, the language began to ferment along with the sausage. By adding a second P, a garden vegetable was reborn into the spicy, meat-heavy American icon we know today. Order a pepperoni pizza in Rome, and you'll find a vegetarian's delight. Order a pepperoni pizza in Manhattan, and you'll get a meat lover's dream. Beyond the kitchen, these two sausages even carved their names into the very fabric of pop culture. Salami, with its deep European roots, often appears in cinema as a symbol of power, heritage, and sometimes a hidden danger. Think of the legendary The Godfather or The Sopranos. In these masterpieces, salami isn't just food, it's a silent character. It sits on the tables of mob bosses in dimly lit backrooms, representing the old-world traditions that they cling to, even as they build empires in the new one. Pepperoni, on the other hand, is the undisputed star of American fun. It is the action hero of 90s nostalgia. Remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? For a whole generation, pepperoni pizza wasn't just a meal. Nurtured by those four turtles, it became a symbol of cool, rebellious youth. While salami was preserved in the stillness of classic literature or still-life paintings of the Renaissance, pepperoni was moving fast. It was in the hands of Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, a comfort food that defined the American childhood dream. Even their status is more firmly established on the world's biggest culinary stages. In the high-stakes kitchen of MasterChef, these two sausages are treated with equal levels of respect. Gordon Ramsay, a purist of craft, often uses salami to test a contestant's understanding of balance. To him, a fine salami is a delicate ingredient that shouldn't be hidden, but celebrated alongside artisanal cheeses and fresh figs. It's the gold standard of cured meats. Then, there's Joe Bastianich, the king of Italian-American soul. While Ramsay looks for technique, Joe looks for the X factor that pepperoni brings to the table. In many challenges, we've seen Joe demand that perfect crisp and the vibrant red oil that only a high-quality pepperoni can produce under heat. For Joe, pepperoni isn't just a topping. It's a nostalgic bridge between his Italian roots and his American empire. A bold, unapologetic flavor that demands to be the star of the show. I want to give you the 10-second rule. This is the fastest way to tell if you're about to enjoy a culinary masterpiece or just a mass-produced imitation. Next time you're at a deli or a pizza shop, spend those 10 seconds on a simple observation. For salami, its fat must be creamy white and distinct, looking like a marble mosaic. If the fat turns yellow or blurry, it has lost its soul. Give it a quick sniff. You should catch the scent of a cool stone cellar and aged wine, not a sharp chemical tang. This wine-like aroma is the signature of a slow, natural fermentation process, where the acidity has mellowed and transformed into a sophisticated, deep fragrance. As for pepperoni, check its snap. Press it slightly. You should feel a firm and resilient texture. This firmness is a sign of high meat density and proper drying, ensuring it doesn't turn mushy when cooked. Its color should be a deep brick red, like aged leather, rather than a bright, artificial neon. This earthy hue comes from real paprika and natural aging, unlike the cheap dyes used in mass-produced versions. Then comes the heat test. A premium slice of pepperoni must curl into a cup when baked. If it remains flat and swims in a pool of clear oil, it has failed. This cupping happens because a natural casing shrinks under heat, trapping the flavorful oils inside like a tiny bowl of nectar, instead of letting them bleed out and make the whole pizza greasy. In just 10 seconds, you aren't just guessing, you're reading the DNA of what's on your plate. You're no longer just a customer, you're a connoisseur who understands the craft behind every slice. It can be seen that although they are different, both salami and pepperoni still share a single resilient soul. From the quiet Roman countryside to the vibrant neon pulse of New York, their legacy has been written with salt, time, and the magic of transformation. Salami is the wisdom of waiting, the quiet beauty of aging. Pepperoni is the courage to evolve, the joy of daring to change. In the end, it's not about which one is better, it's about how food continues to tell the story of who we are. It's not just about meat, it's about memory. It's a reminder that even the simplest things can have the deepest roots, and sometimes beauty hides in the small details we often overlook. If you enjoyed this story, tell us in the comments what simple thing we should explore next. Your idea might become our next episode.
I am Edward, and this is QC Project Simple Things. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the simple things in everyday life. Because what you see is never the whole story. There's always something deeper beneath the surface. See you in the next one.